Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of the Trust the Process podcast. Can y'all believe this is episode 10? If you are here live with us watching on YouTube, let me get a 10 in the chats. Cannot believe we are at 10 episodes in, helping you to trust the process. Like, that is the goal. And everyone here that is in my digital text club, y'all know we had a little surprise, little fun before the show. So I appreciate y'all hanging with me for the pregame. Tonight I have amazing guests for the podcast episode. Y'all are in for a treat. So before I bring them on, I want to have everyone in the chats grab your water, because I want you to drink a cup of water. Drink a cup of water throughout the broadcast, okay? Y'all know we getting hydrated over here. And as I am asking them questions, as we are discussing their journey, please share your journey in the comments as well. All right. You never know who is inspired, who needs to hear the words that you have the wisdom that you have found on your journey. All right. So you're part of the conversation too. And without further ado, let me bring up Curl Maverick.
Hey, hey everybody.
And Kim with me today. I'm gonna go ahead and step out the way.
Hello everyone.
My guests, highlight you all. So I want to first ask you if you could share where you're located, how long you've had your locks, and how many locks do you have, if you know. So Curl Maverick, I'll start with you.
Okay, I started my locks December 2020, and I currently reside in Austin, Texas, and I have a little bit over 100 locks, and I started off with 2-strand twist. What else did you ask? I think that was it.
Yeah, that was it. I think that was it. Okay, thank you. And you just started. I feel like that's not too long ago, and your locks already look amazing.
Yes.
Like, they have flourished.
Thank you.
They look good.
Now, Kim, how about you? Where you at? How long you had your locks?
Okay. I live in Norfolk, Virginia, and I started my locks, I think it was like 2005. So it's been like 18 years now. And I actually started with sister locks.
Oh, wow.
So, but over time, I have combined them due to not being able to find a loctician that wanted to spend all that time on my hair after my original loctician moved away and all of those things. And I have cut them, and they've gone through a lot of changes, but they've been enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm sure over 18 years, you've had some stories, had some things.
Yes.
So I want to get to know a little bit more about how it looks now in your journey. So are you currently DIY, or do you go to a loctician? Curl Maverick, I'll start with you.
I am a DIY girly.
Okay.
Definitely. DIY all the way.
Why did you choose to DIY? Did you DIY start them yourself and just continue to maintain them?
Yes. I started them myself and I maintain them myself. Now, if I find a loctician that I just really fully resonate with, then yeah, I'll go with a loctician. But for now, I'll just do DIY.
Yeah. What was your reason for wanting to DIY?
Because I wanted to gain a relationship with my locks for myself and know my locks for myself, just in case loctician go out of town or something happen, like a snowstorm, blizzard, anything. And I can just do it myself. It would be less stress knowing that I can do it myself.
Yeah, no, I can understand that from both sides, because I'll be going out of town as a loctician. I gotta go. What about you, Kim? Like, I know you started with Sister Lock, so you had a consultant.
Yes.
What was that transition like to DIY, or do you still go to somebody?
Well, I've transitioned to DIY. It took me years, though, actually, until I left out that I have 86 locks now.
Okay. Yeah.
And I started out, of course, with double that or more, because
more than double that.
Some of those have been 3 put together.
Right.
So, Sister Locks actually ask you to go on and DIY. They want you to do it yourself from the
Interesting.
beginning. Like, that's sort of like the journey that you want to get on. They start you out with a consultant, and then you have the loctician. But that what drew me to Sister Locks was that they were so beautiful, and that you could maintain them yourself eventually, which it took me years to actually get to that. But
Oh,
I
wow.
enjoy it now, though. I do DIY myself, unless I, just want some pampering. I
Yeah.
may try to find somebody to do it, but I
Yeah.
mostly do it myself, and I love it.
That's real. I've never heard that Sister Lock consultants wanted you to do it yourself. Like when I had my Sister Locks, if they had
Yeah.
told me you're gonna have to maintain all 300 of these locks by yourself, I'm out. I'm out.
Well, as I was doing my research, that seemed to be the message I was getting, was that eventually you'll be able to maintain your hair yourself.
Okay.
And but I saw that when I tried to do that, I was like putting them together, when I was doing the interlocking, I was combining them by mistake and all of that. So I just stayed with the loctician for about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So, Crow Maverick, you've had your locks for a few years now. You started with the intention of developing a relationship with your locks, with your hair. What would you say has been the biggest lesson that you've learned with having your locks?
Patience. Patience is the biggest lesson. I say that all the time. Patience, hands down.
What made you, or where did you see patience show up the most?
Especially in the beginning when they were still looking like 2-strand twists, I was wondering, okay, so when they're gonna look like locks?
Yep.
So when I start being a little bit more patient and not thinking too hard on it, my locks really start flourishing when I just was focused on just being happy with my journey. And it just took off from there.
And just trust the process. How long would you say it took your hair to like look like locks, from the twist to the I think y'all locking?
I would say, that my 10-month mark. I think when I got to 10 months, that's when I really started seeing a huge change.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It can take almost a year, 2 years to the process. And Kim, I'm sure that you've had to cut your hair a couple times to maintain it. What was your first time? What was it like cutting your locks for the first time? Like, how do you remember? Could you recall how you felt when you did that?
Oh, I felt like it was like for the health of the locks.
Okay.
It was like the ends were, being, they were getting thin and, things like that, because I'm sure it had to do with me coloring them as well.
Okay.
And so I felt like they were damaged. And so I had to cut them, and I felt better about it. I didn't feel bad about it.
Yeah. What color were you coloring your hair?
It was like mahogany and different shades of red and dark brown.
I can see it. I can see it.
Now
did you use bleach? Now
know,
it's silver and it's beautiful.
Thank you. I didn't try bleach. Of course, Fox dyes. Yes, I was doing that.
That'll get you.
All kinds of experimenting.
Curl Maverick, have you ever colored your locks, or do you plan to color your locks?
I'm too scared. Too scared.
Don't do it.
I said I wasn't gonna touch it. No, I am not that brave. No.
What scares you the most about coloring your locks?
My lock falling out. Like, I had a dream my lock fell out one time, and I woke up so scared. I was in a panic. So if it was to do that in real life, nope. Exit stage left. That's not for me. I'm not about that life.
That is real. Yeah, we don't want no locks falling out.
No.
So, you said you had a dream about your hair. Was that in the beginning of your journey, or is that something that happened recently?
Beginning, but my most recent dream is I had a dream. I went to this lady to get her to do my locks, and she thought I said take my locks down. So I looked in the mirror. I had my fro was huge, and I was just crying.
Oh
I was
no!
crying. She's like, but it looks good. This is not what I asked for. I
You
was
had some
crying
lock
so
nightmares.
bad. Like,
Some
yeah,
lock
oh my
nightmares.
God. She's like, I thought you said take them down. Girl, you did not hear me say that. This dream was crazy, y'all. And that was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's wow. So do you feel pulled? Do you feel some energy to like take your locks down or like start over?
That's
No?
why I was crying.
I don't even know where it's coming from.
Yes.
No, no.
You plan to keep them forever? Forever set?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Going back to a loose natural scares me too bad. I don't have the energy. I enjoy being able to just enjoy my time to myself.
Yeah. Because you've had nightmares of someone taking your locks down, and when you're awake or just like consciously thinking about your locks, do you feel like you have any other fears with your hair?
Mm, no. Mm-mm.
No fears. That's good. What about you, Kim? Do you feel like you have any fears with your hair? Or have you ever had any lock nightmares?
I have had a log nightmare where I was just when I would finger comb, they were literally coming off.
Oh my gosh.
That was weird. And I was so glad when I woke up.
And it felt your hair like in a
Yes, I was
state.
like, oh, it didn't fall out. But no, I don't have any fears now except things like when I do a style where well maybe two-strand twist or braids where you put the little rubber bands on the end.
Yeah.
I don't leave them in more than 2 days, the rubber bands,
Yeah.
because I worry about the ends, because I've had problems with the ends before. But no, I don't have any fears now because I use Crown Elements. And I do not, I have done all the mistakes.
Yeah.
I did the creamy conditioners, the deep conditioners, leaving stuff in there overnight, all of those things. And now I use the herbal tea rinse and the clarifying shampoo and the moisturizing shampoo. And I don't try to do a whole lot of extra stuff.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. And that works.
Y'all are better than me because I'm petrified of buildup. Okay, like listen, I see a piece of lint, I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? Help me! Y'all like, no, I'm just out here. So,
well, Jocelyn, I have buildup. I see it.
Yeah,
and I've done the detoxes and things like that. But of course I've gone through the coloring phases. So I'm just not letting that stress me. I know I have some buildup in there and I see it, but I'm not messing with it.
When you say buildup, you mean lint?
Well, I see little white areas on some of my locks, especially in the back.
Yeah, it's usually lint. And it's crazy because when I started looking at locks under the microscope, those like white spots or like just really dull spots in locks where you just think, oh, maybe that's just the surface of the hair, or like we wonder what this is. It wasn't until looking at it under the microscope that I was like, oh, wow, they are interwoven tangled balls of like lint, like fibers that have woven in the locks.
Yeah.
And then it just shows up on the surface. So yeah, it's crazy. But Curl Maverick, I wanted to ask you, you said you got your forever set, your hair super thick, you like to get up and go. So do you have a length goal?
I say waist length, but I'm gonna just be patient and let them just do their thing.
Yeah, just kind of trust it, see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
I love that. What about you, Kim? Would you have an ideal length?
No, not actually. They've been down to the hip area, but I have cut. They're almost down there now.
Oh wow.
Almost. They're like
I thought they were right here. She pulled up a whole other ponytail.
It's like, here they go.
I know, right?
But I don't, unless I have to, I'll trim them.
Yeah.
But I don't have a feeling that I want to cut them off or anything like that.
Okay. So with your journey, going back to you, Curl Maverick. Okay. Grab your water. Oh, that's
yes.
a reminder. Let's have a little water break, y'all. With your journey, right? You started your locks. I'm imagining to kind of give yourself a break from the work of your loose natural hair. Yeah, no, that's why you started.
Yes. It actually one day was my moment is when I started feeling depressed about wash day. I knew then it was time. I was actually recording a video one day, and in the middle of the video, I was trying to like detangle my hair, and my forehead got so big I couldn't even reach over it no more. And I was like, I think I'm just gonna lock my hair. And then like 2 weeks after that, I locked my hair.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
I was tired.
How did you? So the maintenance of your loose hair felt like a lot. Why did the idea of starting locks seem like it would alleviate the stress or the weight of your hair?
Because I didn't have to detangle no more. And it made me feel like I have braids all the time. So it was just didn't have to detangle. And I feel like I would always have a style in my hair. Like no matter what, I will always have an awesome hair day.
Yeah. I mean, that is what it's like to have locks, truly. So when you started, did you feel like you had the support of people around you?
I didn't really think about it, honestly, because I'm just gonna boom and do it. Because I know when I was telling my mom like the week before, I was like, I'm gonna lock my hair. She's like, oh, okay. She didn't take me serious. Next thing you know, I was starting my locks. Are you for real? Yes. I was just up and do stuff. I don't necessarily just think about it,
Yeah.
I just go.
Did it. Yeah, you just go with the flow. I love that. I mean, I feel like I think it's one of the best ways to go versus like, do you think I should lock it? What do you think about locks? Like, is it going to be okay? Just go ahead and go for it. Yeah. And then Kim, you started your hair way back when I feel like locks weren't as popular. Right. So what was it like starting locks back then? I say back when, but 18 years ago.
It was where it was. And I went to Connecticut on a trip one time, and I saw these two sisters that had locks. I mean, they were already long and everything. They had sister locks. Mm-hmm. And I thought they were the most beautiful thing, that they just looked so healthy. And I thought, oh, that is wonderful. And I was I was at the point where I didn't want to have perms anymore. I didn't want to do that anymore. And I thought, well, that looks like almost natural hair, but it's actually maintained. So I felt like it was something I could do and it wouldn't be such an uproar. But as I went through the initial process, when it's short and everything, going through the training stage.
Yes, the beginning stage is different.
People didn't know what that was, and they were like calling them those things in your hair.
Yeah. What are those things?
What are those things? And I couldn't believe people thought it, they couldn't figure it out. And as my hair got longer, it wasn't such an issue. But yeah, there was a little point there where people were not understanding.
Yeah, some ignorance around it.
And what I would do too, when it was really short, was roll it, on small rods. So it would look like it was just really curly and short.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Well, I'm glad. I feel like y'all both had like an easy transition into the lock world.
Yeah.
So can you share with everyone what does a day in the life look like with you having locks? Or maybe let's say like a week in the life, because we don't do stuff to our hair every single day. What
Yeah.
does a week in the life of locks look like for you?
Oh, me.
Yeah,
Um,
what you guys
let's see. Usually it just spray my water, put my oil on, shake, 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 and go on, put my bonnet on. Well, I keep my bonnet on pretty much all the time when I'm in the house. I never take my bonnet off. And that I've been like that ever since I even had relaxed hair. But yeah, beginning of the week, oil, water, shake, 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 and go.
just
And usually stays moisturized the whole week, depending on how the weather is in Texas. It just depends, but
yeah.
literally how it goes for me.
Yeah. How often would you say you shampoo your hair?
Like I try to do every 2 weeks. I try to
Okay.
do every 2 weeks. Like, and if I style my hair, it's only on the weekend. I'll take it down like that same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you air dry, dryer?
Both. Have I let it air dry, and I also have like a hand blow dryer. I don't have to sit on the dryer. I'm gonna get one. I have to because my locks get longer and thicker, so it's taking a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do both. So
Yeah, I mean, in Texas, I'm sure it gets pretty hot and toasty. You got the sun on your side there.
Yeah.
yeah.
But with your locks, I can see the thickness in them. And as they get more mature, that dryer time, baby. Mm, you want waist lace locks? Girl, I was under the dryer for 3 hours the other day. I was like,
Woo.
it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Things we don't think about. Things we don't think about.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Take it to
Wow.
another level.
Mhm.
Kim, how about you? What does a week in the life with your locks look like?
Well, I shampoo every other week. And I do a steam treatment maybe once a month. So every other day, I spray on my leave-in conditioner, whatever that might be. Sometimes as long as it's water based,
Yeah.
and then I oil the scalp if it feels like it should be. Sometimes only once a week I need to oil my scalp, but I usually run the oil down my hair, and I brush it every morning
I love
just
that.
to make sure. Lately, that's been a habit. I brush it to make sure the lint is not sitting there because I have cats.
Oh yes, pet hair will definitely get into
Yes,
your
floating
locks.
through the air, and sometimes I can see it sitting on. So I've been really brushing and keeping up the hydration maybe every other day to maybe once a week. Because
Love
sometimes my
that.
scalp will get itchy and
Yeah.
it feels like there's too much oil. And I always sleep with a bonnet on, always. And I don't always put a bonnet on when I'm relaxing, but I'm finding I need to do that more and more.
Yeah. As they get longer, for
Yeah.
sure.
And
Yeah.
I do sit under a dryer for about an hour. I'll put all my hair up at first, and about 30 minutes, and then I put it down and let the air blow down for
Yeah.
about another 30 minutes when I
Yeah.
do.
Man, I missed them hour dryer. If I could go back to sit on the dryer for just an hour, I would
But
not complain.
I never shampoo. I only shampoo in the mornings. So I
Yeah.
know if I didn't get it all, the middle part, the core of the locks,
Yeah. Throughout
if
the day.
I didn't get it really dry, I have the rest of the day for it to dry.
Yeah. My kids won't let me be great and just shampoo in the morning. So but yeah, I love your regimens. Love how the journey feels like it's been one of ease and one of intention and freedom for you. So I want to ask we before we end, what advice, Crow Maverick, this is you. What advice would you give to that person that is struggling, feeling overwhelmed with their loose hair, thinking about starting locks, but just not sure if like they're ready to make that commitment? Like, what advice would you give to them?
Just do it, because anytime something is causing displeasure to yourself, you need to knock it out. You need to get rid of it anyway. So go ahead and start your locks. You want to be happy. You want to be happy in this lifetime. If it's not bringing you joy, you got to change some up. And your natural hair ain't bringing you joy no more. Just go and lock it up.
Go and lock it up. Okay, you heard it here first. Right? And Kim, I have to ask you, because you started with sister locks and then transitioned them to traditional locks. There is somebody out there on the fence of like, okay, I have these sister locks, I can't find anybody. I don't know if I would like traditional locks. Like, should I cut them and start over, or should I transition? What advice would you give to that person?
Well, I wouldn't say cut them, because you can transition into traditional locks. I feel well, it may depend on the grade of your hair.
Okay.
Because I have I'm sure it's the 4C hair or something.
Really
I'm
cool.
not coarse curly.
Is it curly?
It's coarse.
Okay.
I have some softer hair on the sides, but it's coarse. Okay. So it was easier for me, I'm sure, just to have them combined and to just have them grow out like that. So there are so many professionals nowadays, though, that you could do some research and, go and consult with someone professional if you're not sure about what you should do. I didn't know about the lock community when I first started. I learned about sister locks, and that's the way I went, because that's what I felt would work in work life as well. But now I feel like there are so many professionals in the lock community that you could research and go and consult with someone if you need to do that.
Yeah. So have a consultation and consider what your hair is, what your journey looks like.
Yeah.
Decide to transition or just completely start over.
Right.
Great advice. Thank you so much for being here. Is there any way for people to connect with you beyond just today's conversation?
Yes, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Curl Maverick.
All right.
Look for me on Instagram at Maverick Locks.
Maverick Locks. Is it spelled the same way as your name here?
Yes, MVRCK Locks.
Locks, okay. Check her out. And then Kim is in our digital text club.
Yes.
So you can connect with her there soon. Yeah. You'll be seeing Kim. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me. Yeah. I truly appreciate it. Is there anything else you would like to share, to say to the people about the journey with locks?
Enjoy your starter lock stage.
Yes. Trust the process.
Exactly. Trust the process and enjoy the starter stage, okay? Because you won't miss it.
Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope that it inspired you to continue on your journey, to trust the process, to appreciate what stage of the journey you're in. And if you have the intention, the desire to have healthy locks, if you're looking for hair care products to support you on your journey to healthy hair, I would invite you to check out Crown Elements. It is my hair care line specifically formulated for locks. You can find all of the products, all of the goodness at crownelements.com. And if you didn't know, we just released our shampoo, the Just Clean Clarifying Shampoo. It is available now for pre-order. We're shipping all the orders out by April 4th. Check it out while it's at its introductory price, and pre-order, get to be the first for this luxurious shampoo experience. I'm telling you, when you get this bottle, my locks ain't never smelled like this. I never felt like this. So Crown Elements is where you can go to treat yourself. All right. And as always, I'm wishing you peace, love, and good vibes. I'll see you soon.